General, who is my friend, and his dynamic team for driving transformation at OSRC. At 50, this institution must embrace technology, innovation, and agenda setting for sustainable development. History will judge not our longevity, but our courage to evolve. I congratulate all awardees.
Thank you very much. I need your attention quickly. All right, thank you very much. On this note, it's time to unveil the compendium. Please, I like that we clear this aisle. Nobody should come to these axes at this point in time. Please, we like to clear this aisle, and then we want to reserve it for our dignitaries at this point. Your Excellency, sir, I know you are my father, and so if I do anything wrong, you will scold me. But sir, permit me, sir, that you'll be the one to lead the unveiling of this compendium, of course assisted by other members of the top table. Please, ladies and gentlemen, can we put our hands together as I invite to the place of the compendium His Excellency Dr. Lucky Aiyedatiwa, ably represented by his loyal deputy, His Excellency Dr. Laide Owolabi Adelami, MNI, is coming out to unveil this compendium, of course, by the OSRC Media Group, and then he's being assisted by the Director General, as well as the Chairman of SUBEB, Right Honorable Victor Olabimto. The guest lecturer is also joining the fray. I'm talking about Professor Femi Mimiko, MNI. The Chief of Staff to the Governor is also there with them. Of course, we have the Chairman on the occasion, Architect Tunde Malay. The DG is also here, Engineer Razak Obe. And I'm sure that as we unveil and open this, it will also be launched handsomely. Your Excellency, it's now time to unveil these. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Yeah, as part of the event in marking or celebrating the 50 years of existence of OSRC, part of that event is the unveiling of the compendium of broadcasting in Ondo State. And on this note, I have the honor and privilege in unveiling this compendium in the name of the Father, in the name of the Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit.
His Excellency has unveiled the compendium, and then copies are going to the honorable commissioners and other members of the top table. Of course, it's time to showcase this compendium. Let's have the optics. Of course, this compendium showcases the several achievements of every administrator and very many things you never might have really thought you knew about OSRC. You'll find all of those there. Thank you very much. I know that the chairman on this occasion would like to also launch that. The governor has unveiled it, and so it's now time to put some naira and kobo, millions and dollars upon this compendium already unveiled. I think the leader for this assignment should be the chairman on this occasion, Architect Tunde Malay. Please celebrate him as he makes a handsome donation for the unveiling of this compendium. Please celebrate him, celebrate him, celebrate him. Celebrate him. A copy is going to him already. Okay, he has a copy with him already. And so, oh, okay. Thank you very much. I've been told that they'll be reaching out to us in the course of this program, and then we'll come back to the issue of the unveiling of the compendium. Your Excellency, sir, because of time, I'd like to move ahead now to the next program, and that is going to be the guest lecture for today. And I'm delighted to welcome to the lectern to come and stand and remain standing. I'm so happy today. My former Vice Chancellor is the person I'm calling to come and stand and remain standing. Please, let's celebrate my former Vice Chancellor. I know it's also a time of pride for you, sir, that your own student is calling, former student is calling to come and stand and remain standing. Celebrate Professor Femi Mimiko, MNI. Thank you very much. Now, it's time for the citation of the guest lecturer for today. And to take the citation, I'd like to welcome Oluwakemi Adeniyi for the citation. Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to take the citation of Professor Nazim Oluwafemi Mimiko, MNI. Femi Mimiko, MNI, is a professor of political science, Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, Nigeria. He earned a PhD in international relations from the same university in 1992 and became a full professor 22 years ago in 2004. Mimiko was SSRC MacArthur Foundation Scholar at the Thomas J. Watson Jr. Institute for International Studies, Brown University, Providence, Rhode Island, United States of America. Korean Foundation Visiting Fellow at the Academy of Korean Studies, Seoul, Republic of Korea. Fulbright Scholar and Visiting Professor at the United States Military Academy, West Point, New York, United States of America, and African American Studies Associate at Harvard University, Cambridge, Massachusetts, United States of America. He was Vice Chancellor at Adekunle Ajasin University from 2010 to 2015, during which the university was adjudged the best state university in Nigeria, according to the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Nigeria, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, in a personal letter to celebrate Professor Mimiko's 65th birthday anniversary. I think he deserves a warm round of applause for that. He left indelible marks as a good manager of scarce resources, prioritizing his students' interests and general well-being, entrenching meritocracy and high moral rectitude in the university community, thus affirming his exceptional journey as a scholar, leader, and nation builder. Professor Mimiko was a participant on the Senior Executive Course 37, 2015 of the National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies, KURU, the nation's foremost think tank. He has published more than 100 journal articles, book chapters, and a number of books, including Globalization, Politics of Global Economic Relations, North Carolina, United States of America, Carolina Academic Press, 2012, Getting Our Universities Back on Track, Reflections and Governance, Paradigm from Vice Chancellorship, Austin, Texas, USA, Pan-African University Press, 2017, Democradura, Essays on Nigeria's Limited Democracy in the United States of America, 2017, and Context and Content in Nigeria's Foreign Policy, Abuja TED Fund 2026. As a delegate to the 2014 National Conference, Mimico consults on development for a number of some startup and NGOs. Currently affiliated as Director, Research at the Nigerian Army Resource Center, Abuja, Professor Mimico is married to Barrister Bosede Mimico and blessed with children. He holds the traditional chieftaincy title of Jomoluja. Jomolaja. Thank you, sir. Jomolaja of Ondo Kingdom. He is into photography and gardening. He also plays golf and violin. Your Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this is Professor Nazim Oluwafemi Mimico, MNI.
Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Ondo State, Dr. Lucky Orimisa Edatiwa, ably represented by the Deputy Governor, Dr. Adelami MNI. I crave your indulgence to just allow me to perch on the existing protocol. I don't want to stand on this so that it will not collapse. But I'll just patch. The Director General has done a very good job establishing the protocol, and I think nobody will be able to do it better. So I crave your indulgence to just patch onto that. Thank you so very much. But let me again crave the indulgence of Governor ably represented to just make some preliminary remarks outside of what I have just asked for, not wanting to begin to recognize the very distinguished array of gentlemen and ladies that are gathered here. I just note that the Deputy Governor, Dr. Adelami MNI, is the only other MNI in the house. And so I feel privileged that we belong in that very, very exceptional category as members of the National Institute. I was pulling the leg of the Deputy Governor by saying that he is not wearing his badge. So I have a duty to find him. When you are privileged to find your Deputy Governor, you know it's a lot of power you are exercising. I also like to humbly recognize the Chief of Staff, who incidentally was my student. He graduated under me several years ago when we were at the then Ondo State University at Duekiti. I thank you for doing very well. When the teacher sees his students doing well, you're very proud. I also like to acknowledge the Director General, Mr. Alushola Stevenson. Let me confess that when I was rapt to come and give this lecture, I had two issues that helped me to make up my mind. As the DG said, it was very, very tight, having to find time to pull myself out of what I was doing to be here this morning. But I had heard, because I, as a citizen of Ondo State, I also have my ears to the ground. I've heard that the Director General has been a very transformational leader in the manner in which he has handled the affairs of the Osrc. And I felt, well, if such a person is asking me over to come and give this talk, I think the minimum I'll be able to do will be to come so that I'll be able to support the vision that he represents and which we are seeing established today. The second is because the man he put on this beat, Dr. Collins Olagundoye, never allowed me to rest for one moment. He will call me 3, 4, 5, 7 times in a day. And I say, is it that serious? He will tell me it's serious. We are expecting everybody to be here. And so I thank you, DG. I thank you, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, that are privileged to be working in our station at this moment. I thank you for this honor to be asked to come and speak on the 50th. I put it this way. I said the first 50 years of OSRC. And I chose my word advisedly. That means the second 50 years is still on the way. Probably a third and a fourth on the way. So I thank you so very much. Let me crave your indulgence to also thank my wife who is here with me. She decided to join me to be here today. I thank you, Mom. The topic I'm going to be speaking on is relevant to the media and the practice of the business of information broadcasting, but it's much more specific and relevant to the goings on in our country. And when I was ruminating over what I will come and talk about, I decided to choose this topic to enable us to mainstream the discussion, the conversation on these issues, because therein, I believe, the pathway for our country lies in terms of development, in terms of stability and national security. The topic is titled, the lecture is titled, The Nigerian Political Space and Possibilities for Democratic Consolidation. Sorry, I'm speaking to a wrong. I'm sorry, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Important as technology is, we must always recognize that okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. The MC, second MC. By the way, I thank the MC for the very good work you have done. Always proud of your capabilities and accomplishment. Thank you so very much. And I thank you too, Mom. The title of the presentation is Intersection of Politics, Governance and Development, and what Nigeria ought to do. The OSRC Mass Media Agency. I decided to speak on this topic, even with the challenges that are always associated with politicking and particularly in a political season like this, when elections are in the air and our politicians are getting busy. But I have this conviction that bringing this topic back on track will help us to deepen the conversation that we need to have in an effort to move our country further. And let me confess that I got the inspiration for this topic from a passage of the Holy Bible that I love so much. 1 Chronicles chapter 12 verse 32. The King James version of it says, men of Issachar, they knew the sign of the times and what Israel ought to do. The New Living Translation says, these are men who understood the sign of the times and knew the best course for Israel to take. I argue in this paper that knowing the best course to take is the whole essence of governance, which is about choices, about taking choices, deciding on the best courses for a people that leaders make or ought to make on behalf of their peoples. For that, I decided to cast the topic to say what Nigeria ought to do, what Nigeria should be doing. And the process of determining the individuals or groups that will exercise this very important, that will occupy this very important office of deciding on behalf of the people, of making choices on behalf of the people. The whole enterprise is what we refer to as politics. It is the outcome, as a matter of fact, of this process, this complicated process of how to choose people that will exercise the authority to decide on our behalf, to enforce decisions that are made on our behalf. It is this that translates into governance. And it is the interaction of politics and governance that decides or that translates into development or lack of development for any people. And so for me, politics is taken as the foundation of governance and development. I'm sure some of us are familiar with the writings of the philosopher of old, Karl Marx, who suggested that the economic constitutes the substructure and the other issues that are built on the economy are the superstructure. Without any intent to challenge robustly Karl Marx on this platform, I make bold to say that for me, politics is the foundation of a governance, and it is by implication the foundation of development. And I want us to be clear about it. I have said that it is about taking decisions on behalf of people, making choices on behalf of the people. It is when we do that and we see to the transformation of those policies and those choices we make into reality that we're talking in the realm of governance. It is how much or how well we do this that will determine the level of